Hey, it's Shannon here. It has been 7 months now since I came out to my husband of 18 years that I am gay. It's been 3 months since I shared my coming out story to for everyone to see here on YouTube. So I thought I would share some more. It's not as unscripted this time, as I didn't want to miss anything that I wanted to say, because that sometimes happens. So there's been many changes that has taken, place over this time period, and I'm just basically taking it day by day. First off, I did not expect so many views of my first video, share, and I really appreciate all the kind words of support. It really means a lot. Yes, putting it out there means that I will have to risk getting some negative comments about what I have to say, and that is okay. I can handle that and ignore that negativity. I am fortunate enough that I can put myself out here like this and not have to worry about job security, because some people cannot do as I'm doing. I am fortunate that I work for a company. I'm a nurse care manager for a large health insurance company. It's Humana. Humana is extremely supportive of the LGBTQ plus community. They even have a resource group called Pride that I am a member of. And so I'm just very grateful that I'm able to work in an environment and for a company that is so supportive of the gay community. I'm sharing my stories again and sharing my journey with others because people going through the same situation, I'm hoping that they will not feel alone, and maybe this will help them figure out what next step they want to take on their journey. So if any piece of this story can help someone else out, I will keep sharing. After I came out to my husband and family and friends, and then sharing that video at that 3-month mark, I went through this period of relief, a bit of excitement, so to speak, as I felt I was finally moving forward, like I was moving in a direction. I had felt for so long that I was in this hamster wheel of trying to work and figure things out and just doing this and doing that, and things just not working out. So now I feel like I'm moving forward, and that is that period was exciting, and now we've started to settle in more with our day-to-day lives. We have 2 kids, and they started school at the end of August, a little bit after that first video, and right about that time, my ex and I started switching week to week. Some people had asked about how that was working. We were fortunate enough to have a rental home where him and I switch week to week. I do work from home, out of a home office, and can only have one home office. So I am at the primary residence with the kids, at least 4 to 5 days a week. So I am lucky for that. Again, next summer we will be divorced. We are moving forward in that direction, and we will be selling that home and getting, our own places. So again, quite a bit of changes taking place. Those day-by-day changes, the way we used to function as a family, really does take getting used to, and it does. There's a grieving process you go through. There's lots of pain. I just learned to let myself grieve, to know that even if I'm on my knees, crying because of the pain, to just let myself feel it and know that that period will pass. And I just learned to make that time pass doing something, and not to judge myself for whatever that something is. Whether it's zoning out, watching TV, or taking a hike, or eating a gallon of ice cream, or eating a salad, listening to music, whatever you're doing is okay, and not to put any judgment or value on what you're doing. You're letting time pass, you're letting yourself heal, grieve, process, and so that's a lot of what we've been doing and what I've been doing. As I've been watching different shows on TV. When someone says something that strikes a chord, I've been like writing it down. And I wrote something that a character named Catherine said on A Million Little Things. I like that show. She was saying how erosion over time can give way to something beautiful. And instead of trying to get back what was there before, we figure out what we're going to be. And I kind of paraphrase that a little bit. But it really made me think of my situation and sometimes how I feel like I'm losing so much, like everything is just eroded away, so to speak, the way our family used to be, the way we were, thinking about the way we were, the way we could be, would be, when I just need to stop and not spend too much time in the forward thinking or the backward thinking and just stay in the present and focus on just being that true me. And that true me is being a gay person. I am gay, and I did not fail in this process and grieving. There's a lot of that. You feel like you failed because your objective, what you wanted to do when you got married, was to stay together till death do you part. And when that doesn't happen, you feel like you have failed in some way. And I had an amazing husband, healthy, happy children. A job, financial security, all those things, yet things weren't working out. And, I explained in my first video all that Rob and I did the whole entire time working on our marriage, all the different counseling, retreats, seminars, that sort of thing. Me going through depression, anxiety, counseling, and also being an intimacy avoidant, sexual anorexia, going through that addiction that I had started to be like. And again, that I speak to that in my first video. All that, and still things not working, just wore me down, and because I wasn't being myself. And so, even though the way our family was, I feel like that has eroded away, it actually has uncovered me, the true me, which is not a failure, that is a win in my eyes. It's not easy being gay, and people will say, oh, of course it's not easy being gay, but you really don't understand until you are walking in those shoes. But I'm hopeful in the future in our youth here that the LGBTQ plus community won't be a group that's having to fight to be treated equal. I see it being a positive thing in the future that our youth is going to be more accepting. I'm grateful and blessed to have had friends and family who have been supportive of me. So if they're watching, I do thank them for reaching out and checking in on me. There's going to be people out there who are going to have a hard time processing this. They're going to be on their own timetable of how they process it, and they may never be accepting or ever be friends the way they were. Whether it's the divorcing part or the being gay part, it's just too much for them. They may not see it as they may see it as something where you're not following God's path, and that is a whole other discussion. Religion, being gay, the different translations of the Bible that I might talk about sometime, but not on this video, because that's a whole another tangent I could go on. But I feel that God has showed me this path. He made us all unique. He loves us each, and love is love, and that's that on that. I feel like I should be able to explain, discuss to everyone what the situation is with my life, my husband, my family, and then be accepting of it or understand it if I can just explain it in the right way. But really, that's not my role. And if you're coming out, that's not your role. Your job is to just talk to people, and it is their role, their job to either accept it, understand it. If they have issues with it, that's their thing. It's not your thing. I am loving myself, and I am surrounding myself with friends, family, my tribe that accepts who I am. And, if you're going through this experience, you will see and learn a lot about people. That's for sure. To those that are coming out later in life like myself, our journeys are going to be different. I'm super fortunate that I have a husband that our relationship has only gotten better because of this. I think we will be incredible parents and better parents because of this. Everybody will have their own timelines too. We're moving fast, but we had worked so much and just felt like we're working against this wall, and finally when we figured it out, boom, now we're out there. So we're doing things on our own timetable and what works for us. Putting yourself out there means you're going to be vulnerable. It's just what it is, and I choose to put myself out there in a big way, and that's okay. As Brene Brown kind of says, you want to step out in that arena. You're going to be exposed, showing your authentic self, and it's okay. You might fall. I definitely have fallen in front of people, so to speak, and not doing what I would have liked to be doing at the time, and I won't get into that, but you just pick yourself up and you dust the dirt off and the negativity and you move on. And I'm okay being out there in the arena and being authentic and being vulnerable, because I think that's where the life is happening. That's where the change is taking place for me, and I'm excited about it. I'm happy. I feel better. I've had messages and some private messages, asking about the ex and I, and about our communication was one question. We honestly, again, are talking and communicating the best we ever have. We have had lots of tears and honest talks, trying to talk to each other every step of the way, the hurt, the pain, and just the processing of it. I'm fortunate that we can do this. Our daughter even commented how we're more affectionate now than we ever have been, even though we're getting separated. And that was nice to hear. And we are getting separated, and we will be divorced next summer. So this is where I am. I'm hoping something I say helps someone in some way. If it's someone that's even not in the situation I'm in, maybe you can learn something about being gay, or what it's like to come out later in life, or how that can be or work. Or maybe you have a friend that you don't even know about that could possibly be going through this at some point. The nurse in me feels like I always want to help others, and in some way, so that's probably a big push on why I'm being so open and speaking out like this. I hope that this helps, in any way, maybe provide some courage to someone just to take that next step, or know that we're out there. Again, I will give a plug to the Reddit community, the Late Bloomer Lesbians, that's what it's called. You can go there. There's a lot of people on that forum. And then there's a podcast called The Lesbian Chronicles, where there's different segments covering different subjects. And those are very interesting, and I like listening to those. So again, feel free to comment, share. Again, I appreciate all the support. Remember, to be kind. I know Ellen says it, but yes, it's true. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. And again, love is love. And thank you for watching.